Hi, and welcome to the 10th Annual Riverside Film Festival here in Saginaw, Michigan. This is going to be a great weekend. It actually started last night, but it's going to be running today, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. There'll be a variety of films you can see. There's going to be 4 different venues that you can go to, and we're at one of them right now. We're at the Pit and Balcony Theater here, and we're going to be going inside and talking to these folks and find out more about this and what it's all about and why you should be here right now. Come on in. Well, Irene, seeing as how this is the 10th year, this has been going on for a while. Tell me how this whole thing gets started and what it really does for the community.
Well, it really was started as a community effort. We had a number of people that independently were talking about, gosh, why is it that we just don't get to see some of the movies that we'd really like to see, that are winners at major festivals like Cannes or Sundance or Tribeca? Why don't they come to this area and there's no opportunity to see that? Well, maybe we could start a festival of our own. So it was very grassroots, frankly continues to be pretty grassroots, all volunteers. We work all year round selecting films, raising money, because we have to pay a screening fee for every film we show, as well as to pay to rent different venues, equipment, all of that. So this year we're showing 28 films,
Wow.
a variety of narratives, documentaries. Most of them have been winners at another festival, but they're all contemporary. None of them are older than a year. So these are new films, and they're feature-length films. This is not amateur films. These are professional feature-length films by professional filmmakers. And there are lots of American films. There's some comedies, there's some romance, there's some adventure drama, some animated films, and they cover, as well as a number of foreign films. We have 2 films from New Zealand this year, 4 from South America, and even 1 from Iceland.
No kidding. They're coming from all over the place.
From all over,
That's
right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Do we have local films?
We have a couple of local filmmakers.
Okay.
There's one called Buffalo. It's a narrative film by a young man from Lansing, and he will be here to talk about his film, because that's part of what makes it a festival. It's not just screening films that you go and look at films, but there's opportunities to be with other people and talk about the films afterwards, as well as to have people involved in the film industry come and talk. There's a young man, Sean O'Grady, originally from Saginaw, who took 3 years to make a documentary called Land Grab. He lives in California, but he will be here to talk about his film. And it's a documentary about a businessman from Detroit whose dream was, and he was prepared to finance it to the tune of $30 million of his own dollars, to create the largest urban farm in the country by buying up abandoned land in the inner city of Detroit. So we're going to hear that. We also Skype in directors where we can't bring them here. So we have several of those going on, and the opening event is here at Pit and Balcony on Thursday night. And we're showing a film that is a film adaptation of a best-selling novel called A Man Called Ove, O-V-E. And it's a Swedish film. And the book has been on the bestseller list for a long time. It's a favorite book club book about a curmudgeon old gentleman who has lost his wife, and really all he thinks he wants is to be reunited with her. But he is a miserable failure at ending his own life, and into his life comes an Iranian immigrant and a shaggy dog and some other. So we're going to have a reception beforehand. Featuring some authentic Swedish food. We'll show the film, and then Bill O'Brien from the Hoyt Public Library is going to talk about film to movie and or book to movie, and there will be a discussion afterwards.
Okay. Now, we've got different venues that they'll be attending. What are the rest of them?
Yes, we're also showing at the Temple Theater. Not the main theater, but the shrine that's attached to it in the Leopard Lounge and up on the 3rd floor ballroom. Next door to that is the Saginaw Club, the private Saginaw Club, and we're showing films in the second and third floor of that facility and also at Hoyt Library.
Now, are all the films going to be seen at all the different venues, or
Every film,
ones?
every film is shown twice, and there's a schedule. It's on the website. There's programs around. The Review magazine this week has a pull-out section, and so if people, and many people are very studious about it, they can see a lot of films in the and it continues through Sunday. So it starts Thursday night, all day Friday into the evening, all day Saturday into the evening, and some on Sunday as well.
Okay, how do they get tickets and everything for this?
People can just come at the venue and buy a ticket. Tickets are $6 per show. And students with ID is $5. So we try to keep the price inexpensive. There are refreshments available at each venue as well. They can buy a pass up until the time that the festival starts. So they have a couple more days for that, either on our website or by calling our phone number. And all of that is on our Facebook page, on our website. And they can access it that way. So they can buy a pass ahead of time and buy a pass the first day, and that will admit them to all the events. And beforehand, the pass is $40. It's $45 after the festival begins. As I say, individual tickets can be purchased just by walking into the venues.
Okay, so a person can come in and spend $6 and watch one film, or they can watch as many as they can see.
Exactly.
For the other ticket.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And we'll get that website up on our screen for you so you know where to look, because really there's a lot of information there. They're coming down first time, they just heard about it, they run up here, where are they going to find a ticket at?
Yeah. Well, as I say, they can buy them just before the show. Just walk in and purchase. We don't have a brick and mortar office per se, but they can buy them online. If you put that information up, they can do that as well.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, on your website it also shows directions to each of the areas?
It does. And on our program there's a little abstract about each film, so it's not just the title of the film, because they may not be familiar with these films, but many of them have well-known actors and actresses. Maggie Smith is in a really interesting movie called Lady in the Van, based on a true life story. A woman in her van parks in the driveway of an actor playwright, and he lets her live in her van in his driveway for 15 years.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and so Maggie Smith plays the lead character.
Now, you were talking about, people normally come to see a movie and you buy your ticket, you walk in and you sit down and the movie starts. But you were talking about some of the people speaking. Does this happen before the movie starts?
Sometimes it's an introduction by somebody associated with the film. More often than not, it's a Q&A after the film.
Okay.
Okay.
So they can actually ask questions.
I mean, one of the films we're showing is called Life Animated, and it's about a young boy, true story, who suffers from autism, where communication is difficult, but his mode of communication is through Disney animated characters. It's really a inspirational story. And we're having some people involved in autism support groups here in the community who will be here to talk about the services available for individuals who deal with that kind of challenge.
What would you tell people that ask you, why should I come to? I've never been to one before. What makes it so interesting?
Well, you know, there are lots of films on your television, there are lots of films through Netflix, but coming together with other people in a darkened space where the phone isn't ringing and you're just dedicated to letting the film sort of wash over you and experience a new idea, a new concept. Some of them are fairly contemporary topics with some international, a glimpse into the lives of another culture. As I say, we've got several. We have one about Pele, the famous soccer player, and the story of his life. Another one from South America is a story about young kids who scavenge in a dumpster, a landfill, and get scrap metal and create their own musical instruments, including violins and orchestras and horns, and their dream, once they get their orchestra together, is to play with the heavy metal band Megadeth. So I mean, some of them are just for fun, and another one is about the first all-women race car driving team in Palestine.
Wow, didn't even know they had one there.
Well, yeah, and so again, interesting people portrayed, and again, not the kind of film you're going to see in the theaters, in the big box theaters.
Okay, so a wide variety of different movies that you can see. You can pick what you want to see. Irene, I want to thank you for spending time with us here and telling us a little bit about it. And remember, you can go online and find out a lot more information. So get there now and then get up here and see some of this.
It's a whole weekend of film.
Well, let's go right now and join Kim over in the Saginaw Club and find out what movies are going to be showing there.
So how long have you been a part of the Saginaw Club?
I have been the general manager since 2005, but I've been in the private club industry since 1961.
Awesome.
So I've been around a long time now.
How long has the club been here?
The club was founded in 1889 by some local businessmen, and it was originally at that time the East Saginaw Club and later changed to the Saginaw Club. As you may know, Saginaw itself was divided into two different communities at one time, kind of prior to the logging days, and then they joined it into the Saginaw main city, the city of Saginaw.
So what is the Saginaw Club?
Well, it's a private club in which members pay dues to belong to, and we're fortunately into some second and third generation Saginaw Club families. Usually are oftentimes the more prominent citizens of Saginaw. We have lots of business people. We have a relatively large number of young folks. It's quite well diversified, and as people may or may not know, originally it was an all-men's club, and then gradually we have evolved into a club for everybody, basically, and like it that way. You know, we've worked hard at becoming a well-integrated club, and we have, our primary service has to do with food and beverage, and but we have a number of social events here every year, and so members belong for a number of reasons: business, social, friendships that they've established, and networking, all those kinds of reasons.
Well, this is a really nice place. As far as the Riverside Film Festival goes, how did you become a partner or get involved with that?
Yeah, well, going back a few years, I don't know exactly how many now. I'm going to say 4 or 5 years. Had a call from one of our members who asked if we would be willing to provide space for the film festival to show some of their movies over this weekend. And I guess we're, along with several other sites around the city, used for showing, as the gentleman mentioned, contemporary films. And the guests, they kind of come and go over the weekend depending upon which movie they want to see. And basically we just provide the theater space for them.
Awesome. Okay, so now that you've learned about the Saginaw Club, Here are a few movies playing on the second floor. Today at 2 p.m., Dark Horse starts, and then tomorrow, Saturday, Dark Horse starts at 11 a.m.
He was a working class horse that was about to take on the likes of the best. And did it for a tenner a week.
We were a tight-knit community, as most mining communities are.
Once a pit shut, you could forget it.
When I look back now, I don't know how I did it.
She said, I'm going to breed a racehorse.
I said, don't talk stupid.
I don't know nothing about horses. I don't.
All I knew was go in a betting shop, put money down, and lose.
These sort of people,
And here we have
Baroners, lords, dukes.
they like to keep us commoners out. But I wasn't having any of it.
The syndicate came together for one simple reason. They wanted to see if it could work.
John said, we're all in an alliance. This is our dream. We'll name it Dream Alliance.
This horse was bred and brought up on an allotment. How can that possibly be a success? And they are off.
My heart was pounding.
Come on, Dream.
3/4 of a mile out, there was only going to be one winner.
This horse, he was really making a name for himself.
Dream and the world at his feet.
Dream Alliance has gone. Dream Alliance has gone. The favourite is on the deck.
I said, if there's any chance that he can survive this, we don't care whether he can race again. You've got to keep him alive.
If that horse only had 3 legs, we would have him. To us, he was like one of the family.
He enriched a lot of lives.
It's elation when you can do something when no one gives you a chance.
I'm so proud to be part of that. It was something coming out of the village, doing good.
And that's something special.
Tonight at 8 p.m. on the second floor of the Saginaw Club, Rams will be playing, and this is about a family in Iceland. It will also be playing tomorrow, Saturday, at 2 p.m. Here's the trailer.
Enginn á stærri þátt í lífi þjóðar, samtvinnast kindin bóndans starfi og lífi. Ef leiðinni vel var sól og bjart í sinni, svartnætti ef það þrengdi að fjárhjörðinni.
Þetta maður sem kom með einhvern andskotin í rollutunars kitta.
Já, ég hef nú ekki talast í 40 ár. Það nú alltaf að taka upp á því úr þessu.
Við erum sko bræður.
Og hvað, enga kettlingar?
Kitti var stundum með áskonur, það flúðun alltaf frá honum.
Ég ekki með góðu fréttir. Það komið upp ríða hjá bróðinum.
Er það ekki bara líklegt að verði skora niður hjá okkur báðum?
Þetta í fyrsta sinn sem veikin kemur upp í dalnum.
Við greiðum fyrir hverja kind sem fargað. Hefur eitthvað hugsað í framtíðina?
Veistu hvað búin að gera?
Ég vil við stoppum þessa vitlis af.
Og hvernig hefur við að gera það?
Við bara neitum að skera niður.
Þú ert ábyrgur fyrir bróðinu.
Hvar eru kindirnar?
Hvað er við? Hvað er það margar? Kitti, þú verður að hjálpa mér. Þeir eru að koma.
On Saturday at 5 p.m., Our Last Tango will be playing. on the second floor of the Saginaw Club. For more information, check out this trailer.
Yo me había enamorado de él, punto. No me importaba mucho en sí el baile, sino la persona. Pero bailábamos medio así, ¿me entendés? Juntos. Yo no era celosa. No, para nada.
¿Por qué no la aguantaba más?
¿Quién carajo es Copes? Y llegué a una conclusión. No vale la pena una lágrima de mujer por un hombre.
A documentary on Anthony Weiner will be playing Saturday at 8 p.m. on the second floor of the Saginaw Club. To see what that's all about, here's the trailer.
Why are they filming you?
I don't know. I most of the time I don't know why they're filming.
Are you somebody I'm supposed to know?
It's Republicans wrapping their arms around Republicans rather than doing the right thing on behalf of the heroes.
It was an absolute pleasure to see a Democrat not cowering.
Married to one of Hillary Clinton's closest advisors.
He never backed down from anybody.
A photo of an anonymous man's bulging underwear
Was tweeted from Congressman Weiner's account.
Today I am announcing my resignation from Congress.
The punchline is true about me. I did the dumb thing, but I did a lot of good things too. Running for mayor was the straightest line to clean up the mess that I had made.
This is Anthony Weiner call. Yes, I'm not Anthony Weiner, the one running for mayor.
Why do you think you deserve the second chance?
I didn't want to answer.
I'm giving you the answer.
I thought you were thinking about it. I thought you
No,
were trying
I'm talking
to think.
words.
What I'm going to try to talk about is the issues facing New York City.
Are more women going to come from?
Just a quick optics thing. You will look happy.
Don't push up, Anthony. Show it to me again. Oh my God.
I can't believe I gave the press the finger.
How many women were there? Can you remember?
What I would like to talk about is housing in the Bronx. Any questions about that?
Why should we trust your judgment?
We're going to try to look like we're holding together as a group.
I am profoundly sorry. And for that, I am profoundly sorry.
Does your wife's absence say anything? What is wrong with you?
What is he so afraid of?
Your brother said that your father never hugged you.
Do you believe you're suffering from any sort of addiction?
What are you, the referee over there?
We are staying calm and managing the situation.
You're a real scumbag, Anthony.
Takes one to know one, jackass.
Why didn't he just walk?
Let me just be brutally honest with you. There's no chance to win anymore.
Thought it was going pretty well.
It's really apocalyptic right now. But at a certain point, you've got to say, look, I don't quit.
This is the worst. doing a documentary on my scandal. Hi.
At the Saginaw Club on the 3rd floor, Everybody Wants Some will play today at 2 p.m. and then Saturday at 5 p.m.
This ain't high school, man. You're at a new level here. You have not earned teammate status yet.
Who the hell are you? Oh, Jake Bradford.
And until you do, you're nobody.
Excuse me. Yeah? Yeah. Bye.
I'd like to introduce you to the new guys. 2 rules. No booze in this house. Number 2, no girls upstairs in those bedrooms.
I'm seriously worried about these new guys.
Oh! Play a good game, man.
We have a little tradition welcoming the new guys. Freshman batting practice! Welcome to the big time, boys. Oh, my nuts! Look at what we have here. Hey, ladies. Party later tonight at the baseball houses.
You should be investing this energy elsewhere.
Lesbians.
I like the quiet guy in the backseat.
Oh, there's nothing here. Yeah, I can see how that could get threatening. New guy coming in, getting all the ladies. That was a joke. I got your joke right here. Did he just call it a joke? That's what he implied.
How did you know what room I was in?
I'm an investigative journalism major.
So I guess you know my name then.
Yes. As soon as you tell me.
Starting to have an identity crisis. We've danced at a disco, danced to Cotton Eye Joe in kicker attire, and here we are, punks for a night.
You gotta embrace your inner strange, man. Just be weird. It's about finding out who you are. You gotta tune in, man. Do you guys want to try a little telepathic stuff? Let's do it. Fucking. What am I thinking about? Baseball. Having a tail. Cereal. Just thinking about sharks. Sharks have tails. That's a good point. That's a good point. Wish I had a tail. Yeah. That'd be awesome. I'm pretty sure that is a new school record.
Today at 5 p.m., The Woman with 5 Elephants will be playing on the 3rd floor of the Saginaw Club. For more information, check out the trailer that's about to play.
Перевод не гусеницы слева направо, а перевод происходит всегда из целого. Der erste Elefant, der zweite, der dritte, der vierte, der fünfte und die Zugabe. Man übersetzt das nicht ungestraft. Von Anfang an ist Dostoevsky klar, das wichtigste Merkmal des Menschen ist sein Bedürfnis nach Freiheit. Потому что, дай Бог, я на Луну еще не летала. Bevor die Deutschen kamen und bevor der Ring um Kiew geschlossen war, hatte meine Mutter mir gesagt, du kannst gehen, ich gehe nicht. Muss es nicht heißen, besitzen mussten? Besaßen. Nein, das kann er nicht. Natürlich. Hier heißt es eindeutig, теперь есть. Dann doch wenigstens der Konjunktiv besäßen. Ich kapituliere. Warum übersetzen die Menschen? Das ist die Sehnsucht nach etwas, was sich immer wieder entzieht. Nach dem unerreichten Original.
Tonight at 8 p.m. on the 3rd floor of the Saginaw Club, and tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., Taxi to Iran will be playing. This is about a taxi driver in Iran avoiding the government. To learn more, check out this trailer.
دزدگیره آقا؟
یه جورایی دزدگیرم هست.
ظاهرش معلومه خیلی چیز خفن و کار درستی باشه. فیلم برداریه دیگه آقا پناهی. شما کجا؟ تاکسی کجا آقا پناهی؟
تو چرا سوار این شدی اومدی دنبالم؟ اونم دنبال من همه بچه‌ها هست افتادم دارم کارگردان وقت تو با این میای دنبالم. حداقل فکر آور خودسی فکر آوری من باشه.
اگه تندتر بری حتما میرسیم. ایشالله میرسیم.
تو رو خدا آقا. تو رو خدا زود باشه داری میمیره.
دستمان نکه آقا بخوام وسیعت کنم. بهش چیز نمیرسه. قسم دارم. مخدمونه بهش میدم.
زنده مونه. بیشتر ترسیده بود.
خودم دیدم حالش خیلی بد بود.
هر آدمی که مجرم به دنیا نمیاد آقا از
من نمیفهمم اصلا شما چی میگم. من میگم اگه 2 نفر رو اعدام بکنن گوشی بقیه دستشون میاد.
میدونم شما چی میگین ولی اشتباه دارین میگین آقا.
اینجا رو واسه آدم زندون میکنن. نزدیکترین دوستاتو بدترین دشمنات میکنن. به نظرم بیخیالش شو. مرسی.
این هم راه رو بلده هم زودتر میره. بفرمایید.
Now it's time to visit with Amber. She's over at the Temple Theater, and they've got a lot of good movies playing there, too.
Stacy, can you tell us your role in the film festival and where you're from? And
Sure. I serve as the executive director of the Temple Theater Foundation, which runs the Temple Theater and the building there. And we are a partner of the Riverside Film Festival by providing them space to show their films. So we're looking forward to the festival this year that starts the 10th and runs through the 13th.
now, are all films going to be held there, or only a certain amount?
Just a certain number of films will be featured. They actually have 25 films that they're going to be showing, not only at the Temple Theater, but also there will be at the Saginaw Club, at Pit and Balcony, and at Hoyt Library. And if people want to see the schedule, they can visit the Riverside Film Festival website at www.riversidesaginawfilmfestival.org.
Okay. Have you guys always been
We've
part
been
of the film festival?
Yeah, we've been a partner for many years, and this year we're welcoming them back for a little bit bigger expansion of the programs. And it's just fantastic. You know, it's their 10th annual festival, and they started in 2007 with the intention of really bringing thought-provoking films, contemporary art films to the Saginaw area.
Awesome. Is there a reason why Temple Theater is a good spot for the films?
Absolutely. You know, in 1927, it was started as a movie house, you know, and did some vaudeville and that kind of thing. And so, for those of us who've been in the community a long time, as a young child, I used to go to the Temple for movies all the time. So it's a perfect, it's a perfect venue to showcase films.
Absolutely. Do you know a few of the films that are going to be held there?
Sure. What we're going to be showing at the Temple is a bunch of different films, kind of all over the genres. Captain Fantastic is one of them. There's a film called Hunt for the Wilders People, a film called Mustang. For people who love soccer, there's going to be a film about Pele and you know, the birth of a legend. And then a couple more, Sing Street and Speed Sisters. So they're not films that you typically hear of a first run, you know, movie thing, but they're very interesting, introspective films that offer a wide range of topics and information for people to enjoy.
Great. Well, thank you for speaking with me, and I hope to come see a few of them at the temple.
Great. We hope to see you. Thanks.
Today at the Temple Theater in the Lounge is a movie about the soccer legend Pelé, taking place at 2 p.m. It will run again tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Now is a critical time for our country. Ever since we lost the Cup in 50, we become ashamed.
I'll win a World Cup for Brazil. I promise.
Chico, if you want to play professionally, you can't be ashamed of who you are.
Hey, they are called the shoeless ones.
You must practice. Everything else will come.
How would you like to try out for the Santos Football Club?
He's only 15. He's never even left Bauru.
Ginga style might have worked for you back in Santos, but it will never hold up at an international level.
I can't play like the other guys. What's wrong with not playing the way the other guys do? Show us what happens when you have the courage to embrace who you truly are.
You may be 16 years old, but you're now a spokesman for this great nation.
Everyone eager to watch the magical style of play.
You must inspire your team to believe in themselves. Now is the time for Pelé.
I don't know if we will win, but we will show them a beautiful game.
Today again at 5 p.m. at the Temple Theater Lounge is Hunt for the Wilder People. And here is the trailer.
Ricky Baker. He is a bad egg, a youth court regular. We're hoping that this change of scene will help straighten him out.
You hungry? That's a silly question, isn't it? Look at you.
Ricky Baker, now you are 13 years old. You are a teenager and you're as good as gold.
Ricky, this is Heck. You can call him Uncle if you like.
I can't.
Lola told me to tell you that you should give me something to do. Is there anything you want me to do?
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Cool. You ever been up in that jungle before?
There's about 1 million hectares of it, buddy. It's easy to get lost.
You lost?
Oh.
I'm amazed how lost you got.
You little bastard!
We got no choice but to camp out here for a few weeks.
Where are you, Ricky Baker?
More on this massive national manhunt.
Faulkner is Caucasian. Well, they got that wrong because you're obviously white.
You're going to jail, you pervert. What you call me? You pervert.
Back up, homies, and let go of my uncle. So what do we do now?
We run. No. No, we don't need to run.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Let's just fast walk.
Gonna be rough. No huts, no tents, real bush life. And if you play up, I'll dump you.
Okay, Uncle.
I'd still prefer if you don't call me Uncle.
Sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
What's the fastest way out of here?
jetpack.
Do you actually have a jetpack?
No? What?
We're offering $10,000 to anyone who can capture them, dead or alive. Alive. They should be alive.
Crumpy!
Mate, she's a bit bumpy around here.
I love you, Ricky.
Ricky!
And they actually did this. Tell them it was the water people.
The water people?
I'll never stop running.
Yeah, and I'll never stop chasing you. I'm relentless. I'm like the Terminator.
I'm more like Terminator than you.
I said it first, you're more like Sarah Connor. In the first movie, too, before she could do chin-ups.
Tonight at 8 o'clock in the lounge is Speed Sisters.
من باب السخرية الهادفة أنه يمكن في كل دول العالم يزبط راليات إلا بفلسطين أنه بدك تصطدمي بحاجز عسكري إسرائيلي كل شوي.
على مستوى العالم العربي احنا اول بنات إلنا فريق.
احنا تأثرنا بالاحتلال، انضغطنا لوين نوصل يعني نوقف حياتنا خلاص نضل قاعدين.
أنا بالنسبة للاتحاد دعاية حلوة، بدي سعادة إنه I'm a brand.
أهلي بيعطوني كل إشي عندهم، بحس في المسؤولية.
أول تاني.
Today at 2 o'clock in the Temple Theater Ballroom is Sing Street. It plays again tomorrow at 11 a.m., also in the ballroom. Here is the trailer.
Your mother and I really are under a lot of pressure at the moment.
We had a look at our accounts and...
We're taking you out of school. We're not taking you out of school, we're transferring you.
You'll be new then. What's your name?
Connor Lawler.
Shut up! We have a black shoe policy here, Mr. Lawler.
They're brown, they're quite sensible.
They're not black.
Who knows what this new prison will do for you? This is your time.
You see, this is beautiful. How come you're not in school?
I'm a model.
Cool. Do you want to be in a video for my band?
So if you're in a band, sing me a song.
Take on me.
We need to form a band.
Connor's putting a band together.
Oh, good Jesus.
You play every instrument known to mankind.
Probably.
Show him.
It's all about the girl, isn't it?
What's this? All work. I have school in the morning.
This is school. Rock and roll is a risk. You risk being ridiculed.
Jesus, what are you all wearing?
Yeah, we're just working that out.
That's great fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Have you kissed her yet?
She's got a boyfriend. Pulled off in his car, music blaring.
What was he listening to?
Genesis.
No woman can truly love a man who listens to Phil Collins.
So who guy with the car?
It's complicated.
As long as you're happy.
You are truly on a hero's journey. Are you up to that?
I think she's just an amazing human being.
Think big, Connor. End of term disco at the school hall.
I say we ask if we can play there. It's our first gig. It's gonna be amazing.
I'll try and help.
You have to come.
Not exactly the Beatles, is it?
I actually love this band.
Tonight at 8 o'clock in the Temple Theater Ballroom is Captain Fantastic. It plays again tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the lounge. Here is the trailer.
What we created here may be unique in all of human existence.
All the way to the top.
We created a paradise.
What we're doing out here is so incredible. Our kids are amazing.
I miss Mom.
Mom needs to be in the hospital right now. How's she doing? We're a family.
This is your fault.
Leslie had a disease.
Wherever you are, stay there. You show up, I will have you arrested.
We can't go to Mommy's funeral. We have to do what we're told.
We want to see Mom. Grandpa can't impress us.
Some say love. Right now, this is your first real test. Remember your training.
They have hot dogs.
What's cola?
Poison water.
Well, I'm so happy that our family is together. It's all local and organic.
How did you kill those chickens? With an axe or a knife?
There's a rotisserie chicken, so you buy it it's already dead.
The kids need structure. They need to go to a real school.
I sincerely hope you haven't been doing what I think you've been doing.
Your daughter has taught me many things just now. Will you be my wife?
Broke my heart with stairs.
Unless it comes out of a book, I don't know anything!
Swore I'm never.
Even if they make it through whatever it is you're doing to them, they're going to be totally unprepared for the real world.
And I happen to think the opposite is true.
It's child abuse.
That almost hit me.
If I wanted to hit you, I would have hit you.
Hello, Grandpa.
Abby and I have decided that we're going to file for custody of the children.
Will they take us away from you?
That's a possibility. Our children shall be philosopher kings. Makes me so indescribably happy.
We're here at the Pit and Balcony Theater. It's a community theater. And Amy, if you would, tell me a little bit about it. How did this whole thing get started?
Well, Pit and Balcony is celebrating our 85th season this year.
Wow.
Yeah, we just closed our first show of our 85th season. That was Legally Blonde the musical. We are getting ready to do a Christmas Carol in the beginning of December, and then we have 3 more shows after that. We've got Charlotte's Web in February, Of Mice and Men in March, and then we have the Heathers the musical, which is based on the 1980s cult classic film of the same name. So we're pretty excited about our season. It's a good season to celebrate 85 years with. We're one of the oldest community theaters in the state and possibly even the country.
Okay. Now, we're talking about a film festival that's here that people come in and actually watch a movie. But some of the things you mentioned are actually people up there, it's live.
Yeah, yep. We do live theater here. The Riverside Film Festival we do every year. We've done for the last 10 years, and it's exciting to be able to collaborate with other arts organizations in Saginaw. But most of what we do here is live theater. Yep. So people come out and audition, and then we put them up on stage, and it's all live. Yeah.
Now, are these professional actors or just people off the street?
Oh no. Yep. Most of them are people off the street. They're hobbyists. Some of them, have worked professionally, but are in Saginaw because maybe this is their home, or people from all different walks of life, ages 8 to 80. We've got people who've been doing it for years, and sometimes we have people who've never been on stage before show up to an audition and blow us away. And so they get a chance to get up on stage here, and that's kind of the best thing about community theater.
And I think there's a lot of people out there today, especially young people, that think to themselves, "Wow, I'd really like to try that." Man, who doesn't want to be a movie star, right? So this is a good place to start. Come down here and find out what you've got. Anybody can try out.
Oh yeah, anybody can try out. Yep.
The first movies you're going to see here at the Pit and Balcony Theater on Saturday at 2 p.m. and it's called 45 Years. And here's a trailer just to give you an idea what it's like.
It's a shame not to have more photos around the house. I guess we didn't see the point of taking pictures of ourselves. It's a shame.
Come on.
What are you doing?
Come on.
I'm not prancing around in the living room at this time of night.
And this really is a great venue for an anniversary. So full of history, you see? Like a good marriage.
What is it?
They found her. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
We never talked about it in all the years that we've known each other. And it's tainted everything.
You didn't know her?
No. I didn't. I'd like to be able to tell you everything I'm thinking. But I can't.
They ask me how I knew my true love was true. So I smile and say, when a lovely flame dies, smoke gets in your eyes.
We're going to have dinner, and then we're going to go to bed, and then we're going to get up,
Smoke gets in your
and we'll try and start again.
Another one of the terrific movies you're going to see here is Buffalo, and it is going to follow 45 years. It's going to be at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, and here's a trailer to show you what that one's like.
Roger. I know, but I don't want you to go through what I went through. Jules, I had a problem last night. I got robbed.
Roger, you've been with me for some 22 years. This is the first time I've heard of any robbery.
The guy just ran right up to the cab. I didn't even see him coming. Stuck a gun in my neck and took my cash.
Nothing happened. Nothing. Go.
Roger. Give me a call when you get a sec. I'm worried about you, my friend. Take care.
Well, have you seen him? I haven't seen him. Sure he's okay?
Far as I know.
Do you have any family or any loved ones that you'd like to get a hold of?
Steven? Yeah. Steven's, he's married now. He's got a little one on the way.
And where'd you say you're headed?
Funeral.
Oh. You guys good friends?
Oh, not for about 36 years.
I'm on Wolf-Freight liner, I'm a setting sun.
I dreamt about my wedding my whole life.
I dreamt all my life of being a pro ball player. That didn't work out well.
Call me as soon as possible. I need you back in Lansing as soon as possible.
Take care.
2 days.
We have dreams, but reality's the actual dream of the whole thing.
Another movie that you're going to want to see is called Don't Think Twice. It's going to be Sunday at 11 o'clock. Don't think twice? How many of us have done that?
Pushing your
5 minutes, guys.
5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes, guys. Why am I Japanese?
Remember when you said, please tell me when I'm racist?
Yeah.
It's one of those
One of those thanks. Thank you.
Welcome, the commune.
Improv is an art form unto itself. The most important thing is don't think. You don't think, you don't memorize.
You don't get paid.
So true, but isn't that kind of fun, too?
Are you working right now? Are you applying for anything?
Unemployment?
Hummus and chips? Hummus and chips?
You pick one person, you say the first thing about them that comes to your mind. Connor, go.
You're fat.
You're dangerous.
You're a little slow.
This game hurts my feelings.
It's the great paradox of Weekend Live is, was it good ever?
No, you should not have said that in your audition. I think that.
I called you, Finn. He's bringing producers from Weekend Live.
Hey, Jack, don't pull some showboat. What are you talking about? You know you always do that. Anyone from the industry shows up, you turn into a one-man audition tape.
This is a new program we're working on right now called Cabs for Dads, but my critics like to call it Obama Cabs.
Okay, we will be there. Hey, we're auditioning on Thursday for Weekend Live.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, man.
I auditioned for the show in 2003. I was inches.
I was like inches.
I can't take it anymore. I gotta focus on me. I'm gonna get the job at Weekend Live.
So I was thinking about doing General Rollins as an umpire.
Okay.
You're out.
My name is Liam Neeson. If it's money that you're looking for, I've got none. I've used all of it. The last 6 times my daughter was taken.
I don't accept that as improv.
I like my life how it is right now.
You can't do improv forever, okay? It ends.
Your 20s are all about hope, and then your 30s are all about realizing how dumb it was to hope.
This is my room. Where you going?
You're like 40.
I just turned 36. We all said we would wear the same outfit. Everybody agreed. Being a professional.
You gotta go.
Another movie you might find interesting is called Lady in the Van. It's about a woman who lives in her van for 15 years. Let's take a look at the trailer.
You're not St. John, are you?
St. John who?
The disciple whom Jesus loved.
No, the name's Bennett.
An educated woman and living in a van. And studying incognito at Paris.
But what? What were you studying?
Music. The pianoforte.
Last year she was in Gloucester Avenue, now it's our turn.
Were you planning on staying long? Mr. Bennett, the ideal would be off-street parking.
We were just saying how grateful she'll be.
Put the van in your drive?
Just till you sort yourself out.
Merry Christmas! Shut the door! I'm a busy woman. I won a prize for painting.
But it's all lumps, you have to mix it.
I have mixed it, only I got some Madeira cake in it.
Monet himself could not have done it better.
Would you like to push me up the street?
Not particularly, no.
Looking especially lovely today, sweetheart.
Don't sweetheart me. I'm dying, possibly.
Chin up, love. We all gotta go sometime. Smells like you already have.
Today we hear a lot about urban farms. Well, this movie called Land Grab is just that. It's going to be at Saturday at 8 o'clock.
I have this problem that I've lived here for 20 years, and I tell myself every year it's going to get better, and it doesn't. But each year I lie to myself, like as a New Year resolution, this is the year. What's someone going to do about this? And then it dawned on me, well, that somebody might be you. Maybe you need to do something about this.
Detroit has literally lost enough people in the last 40, 50 years to start another major city. We've lost over 1 million people.
We are concerned about large amounts of land being amassed by wealthy white men.
Some thought this might be another opportunity for a land grab.
I was supposed to have the first right to this lot. Hands got the first right to the lot because they knew about it and I didn't.
For something to be valuable, it has to be scarce. We have like 40 square miles of stuff that no one knows what to do with.
The people on the bottom are giving up land to the people on the top.
I had this dream of somehow taking what I had learned in life and using it to help my hometown.
Not everybody is going to be able to do better homes and gardens in Hants land all of a sudden.
We weren't grabbing the land, we were buying it.
The water in the Great Lakes will be comparable to gold in the future. So Mr. Hines and others, I mean, they serve to be gazillionaires in relationship to what they're doing.
What's next? Is McDonald's gonna take over a part of Detroit? Is Walmart gonna take over a part of Detroit?
I would embrace that idea if only I could hallucinate.
Now, if you like something a little more romantic, how about Love and Friendship? It's going to be here Sunday at 2 o'clock, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Here's the trailer to that one.
Seems Lady Susan will finally visit.
Lady Susan Vernon.
That woman's a fiend.
Congratulations on being about to receive the most accomplished flirt in all England.
Excuse me for arriving this way. What a delightful family pose. Mrs. Cross has come with me as my companion to pack and unpack. And as there's a friendship involved, I'm sure the paying of wages would be offensive to us both.
My brother-in-law is very rich. In one's plight, they say, is one's opportunity.
Sir James Martin, vastly rich, rather simple.
How jolly. Tiny green balls. What are they called?
Peas.
If my daughter were not the greatest simpleton on earth, she'd be engaged to him now.
But, Mama, I can see Sir James is a kind man, but marriage is for one's whole life.
Not in my experience.
May I present Lady Susan?
Delighted to make your acquaintance.
He's handsome, isn't he? In a calf-like way.
Mannering's in town.
Have you seen my husband?
Horrid woman. Deranged. But if she were going to be jealous, she should not have married such a charming man.
Does this woman always get her way?
She has an uncanny understanding of men's natures.
I can't help fear that Lady Susan Vernon would destroy every comfort of our lives.
With pleasure. How ungentlemanly.
I'm enjoying Sir James's visit to Churchill.
Churchill. That's how you say it. All together like that. I'd heard church and hill, but couldn't find either. All I could see was this big house.
You promised that you would give up all contact with this woman.
What a mistake you made marrying him. Too old to be governable, too young to die.
Lady Susan.
How dare you address me, sir? Be gone, or I will have you whipped. Outrageous. Have you never met him? No, I know him well. I would never speak to a stranger like that.
One of the great movies, especially for the kids, that you might want to see is Life Animated. It's going to show Friday at 2 p.m. and also Sunday at 2 p.m. It's going to be shown here where I'm standing in front of the Hoyt Library, a beautiful old building that's worth coming to see, even if you don't watch the movie. It's a great place to be. Here's a trailer of the movie.
There is a boy who is just like other boys. Until one night, he sees from his window a storm on the horizon.
Oh, who are you?
I'm Peter Pan, and you can.
All of a sudden, at 3 years old, Owen vanishes. The doctor says, "Let me explain what autism is." Some of the kids don't ever talk again.
I remember thinking, I'm just gonna hold you so tight and love you so much that whatever is going on will go away.
We're beginning to give up hope. And one day, we're watching the Disney animated movies. And he says he doesn't want to grow up like Mowgli or Peter Pan.
What the hell just happened?
And all of a sudden, it became clear to us. He's using these movies to make sense of the world he actually is living in, our world. So at that point, we began to speak to him in Disney dialogue.
When did you and I become such good friends?
Whatever works to get to Owen.
I've been scared my whole life of growing up. Peter Pan doesn't want to grow up because when you grow up, you lose all your magical childhood times.
My hope is that he is independent enough to be able to grow older on his own.
When I look in the mirror, I see a proud autistic man ready to meet a future that is bright and full of wonder.
He's going to have to fall and fail. We're not afraid of that as we used to be.
I just can't believe how far Owen has come.
The future, I'm still searching for it.
Who decides what a meaningful life is?
It's like I always say, children got to be free to lead their own lives.
Another movie that's going to show here is called A Man Who Knew Infinity, and it's going to show Friday at 8 p.m. and Saturday at 11 a.m. It's about a man from India who comes here during World War I to study at Cambridge University.
What do you see?
Sand.
Imagine if we could look so closely, we could see each grain, each particle. You see, there are patterns in everything.
Integrals, infinite series.
I've never seen anything like them. From an Indian clerk, ill-educated in Madras, I would very highly value any advice you give me.
Letter for you. Postmarked England.
Yours truly, S. Ramanujan.
What does the S stand for?
You can ask him yourself.
You intend to invite him here?
Don't forget me.
I could never.
Are you Ramanujan by chance? Oh, don't be intimidated. Great knowledge comes from the humblest of origins.
For the good of everybody, you should attend some lectures.
But I'm here to publish. The letter only contained a small sampling of my discoveries.
This will take a lifetime.
Maybe two.
We need proofs of your work.
But they are right, sir.
I hadn't completed that proof. How do you know?
I just do.
You don't pull a stunt like that in my class.
Now get out!
How did you know that theorem?
It came to me. These steps you want, I do not know how to do.
Where do you think you're going? This is our home.
Don't you know what I've given up to be here? I have nothing. You wanted to know how I get my ideas. God speaks to me.
There are no proofs. We're just supposed to take him at his word?
No, you're to take him at mine. Why do you do it?
Because I have to.
There are no proofs that can determine the outcome of matters of the heart. We are merely explorers of infinity in the pursuit of absolute perfection.
I owe you so much.
No, no, no. It's I who owe you.
Our next movie that shows here is going to be today at 5 p.m. and also Saturday at 8 p.m. It's called Phil's Camino. It's about a stage 4 cancer patient and how he gets through it.
Thought he was an average man, average face and average hands, average feet set square on the middle tier. Yeah, satisfied with his mild success, as much as any average man could expect, until the day he was beset by his greatest fear. It all started with a feeling so intense that time and space stood still. He said, what if I was born for greatness? What if I am really more than I think I am? What if mediocrity was heaven in the stars for me? The miracles and the wonders was the plan for everybody's man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They said he'd find the nerve to stretch and reach beyond the bell curve, but never did for fear of drawing back an empty hand. He said, what's an average man to do with so little time and all this thing that they do? Maybe I should just stick to what I understand. But he couldn't shake that feeling, no. A feeling so immense it filled the whole sky. stop like to the average man. Come on, we always thought he was an average man, average face and average hands, average feet and square on the middle teeth. Hey, hey, yeah. Much more than a
We hope you enjoyed today's live presentation of the Riverside Saginaw Film Festival.
We hope you tune in to our live stream next Friday, November 18th at Dear Widows Weekend in Birch Run.
Or even better, see us live in person.
Ta-da.